Okay, I've got Lu Miaoyi here playing the black pieces, and it is this international master Dudukovic or Nikola Dudukovic. So international master born in 1991, and he is from Serbia, like many of the international masters and grandmasters are. And of course, Lu Miaoyi, I don't really have much in the way of pictures of her. I have this one, and that's really all there is. I did see another picture of her with a mask and a mask over top of that mask, but yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and go with this one. Let's go ahead and get right into the game. So Nikola, the Serbian international master, he has the first move, and he plays the ready is knight to f3. Knight to f3 played by white, and Lu Miaoyi responds with pawn to d4, or excuse me, pawn to d5 by Lu Miaoyi, and now d4 by the Serbian master. And now Lu Miaoyi plays knight to f6. These are book moves so far, but this is a bit of an odd move here. So this was the fourth most popular move in the position. The other moves, one of them had like 80,000 games. You had tens of thousands on the other one. This one only had about 3,000 in the database, so a bit of a rare move already. So not many games have gone down this line. So it was pawn, by the way, pawn to g3 by white, and now we have pawn to c5 by Lu Miaoyi. And this is not necessarily a book move, but this is an excellent move in the position. And now we have bishop to g2 here. These moves are all great moves. Attacking the center of the board, getting your king closer to being castled, getting your pieces involved. And because these are all great moves, these positions transpose into other positions that have happened before. So we had bishop g2 by the Serbian master, and now Lu Miaoyi does capture on d5. That's the best move in the position. The Serbian master doesn't capture back right away. In fact, he plays the best move in the position, just simply castling, getting his king safe. That d4 pawn can really be taken just about any time here. So again, that was the best move in the position. And Lu Miaoyi also playing the best move in the position, pawn to h6 here, probably keeping the bishop from getting involved in the game. Well, he's not going to capture the pawn, but keeping the bishop from coming to g5 or anything like that. The Serbian master goes ahead and develops his bishop to f4. That's the best move he could make, considering probably the pawn to h6 move now. And Lu Miaoyi plays pawn to e6. Again, best move that she could make in the position, as judged by Stockfish anyway. And now that knight does capture the d4 pawn. So we have knight captures on d4 by the Serbian master. And now Lu Miaoyi attacks the bishop, pawn to g5, looking like she's not going to be castling to the king side. And so the Serbian master goes ahead and captures the knight on b8. So the knight had never moved. The bishop moved twice to capture the knight. But now Lu Miaoyi, of course, will not be able to castle to the queen side, although with the c-pawn missing, perhaps she wasn't planning on doing that anyway. So we have so bishop captures on b8, and then rook captures on b8. And now Nikola plays pawn to c4, and this is the best move in the position, just attacking the center of the board directly. And Lu Miaoyi captures. We got d captures c4, and then we have queen to a4 check. Now, believe it or not, this game has actually been played before. So it wasn't played in the exact same sequence. There was transpositions where, maybe they developed the bishop here, and then the next move they developed the knight, but it has transposed into a game that actually had occurred before. There was actually two games that made this move here. And then, so now Lu Miaoyi, so after queen to a4 check, Lu Miaoyi blocks with a bishop d2, or excuse me, bishop d7, attacking the queen, and now the queen grabs the c4 pawn. And it probably would have been better, actually, to go ahead and capture the a7 pawn, because that's immediately threatening to win material, since the bishop is joining in the assault on the b7 pawn. So that would put more pressure on the position, but Nikola's move was okay. That was a good move. It just wasn't the great move that taking on a7 would have been. So Lu Miaoyi now plays queen to b6, queen to b6 by Lu Miaoyi, and the master goes ahead and develops his knight to c3. And it is as of this point that there's been no games that have been in this position before, so this is a fresh new game. The other game that was in this position, that they pulled their knight back instead. But we'll go ahead and continue from here. And now we have rook to c8 by Lu Miaoyi attacking the queen. That is the strongest move in position. Serbian master finds really the only place that he can put his queen. He plays queen to d3. That is the best move he could do. Nothing else really works in this position. And now Lu Miaoyi moves bishop to e7. And now we have pawn to e4 by the Serbian master. And this was in fact a blunder. This was a bad move. He should not have played that move. And what he should have played was rook f to d1. So he should have moved the rook over here instead, and his position would have been better. So instead of this move, we'll actually back up. Instead of this move, he should have played rook f to d1. Because, well, basically, if you play this move, the pawn just drops for free, and it is safe to capture that pawn. So just dropping a pawn for nothing. So if instead he would play rook f to d1, probably best here would be to castle for Lu Miaoyi, not actually attacking right away. White would have had the opportunity then to play rook here and defend. Anyway, this would have been a better option for the Serbian master. Not what he played on the board, though. We'll go ahead and go back. So he plays pawn to e4, and Lu Miaoyi does capture the pawn. And now we have knight back to e2, because there were two attackers on the c3 knight. So now the knight defends, and there's two defenders. So just a hanging, or just a semi-loose piece now, rather than a hanging one. And Lu Miaoyi plays queen back to a3, and the Serbian master plays pawn to e5, attacking the knight. And now we have knight to g4 by Lu Miaoyi. And the Serbian master actually blunders here, playing rook a to b1. What he should have done instead is play queen to d4. He should have played queen to d4 here, and he would have been in a lot better shape. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that instead. So we're going to go ahead and drop back. So if instead he plays queen to d4, then Lu Miaoyi might play queen to b4. He could go ahead and grab the a7 pawn, so queen captures a7. Lu Miaoyi probably should castle at this point, or well, black should castle, since this isn't what really happened in the game. White could play rook f to b1, attacking the queen, and black would need to remove the queen. Best square would probably be a queen to c4. White could actually also pick up the b7 pawn, and of course black would probably pick up the e5 pawn then, and then we could have white would probably, best move for white then would be queen to e4, offering a queen trade. And well, who's to say? It depends on who you think is winning. The position, it might favor, I mean, black has the bishop pair, they have the same number of pawns. Yeah, I don't think Lu Miaoyi would actually trade queens here. But anyway, let's go back to the actual position that happened. So instead, Nikola played rook to b1, and now knight captures on e5, grabbing a pawn, attacking the queen. This is the best move in the position. And now the Serbian master plays queen to e4. Lu Miaoyi plays bishop f3, defending the knight. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this other line here. So Queen c5 would have been the best move, so let's back up. So Lu Miaoyi should have played queen c5 instead, and yeah, they would probably grab this pawn here, and then simply just castling for Lu Miaoyi. Should have been a bit better position. Should be able to hang on to her pieces. She's up a pawn in this variation. Might have been the way to go instead, but let's go ahead and back up to the actual position. So Lu Miaoyi plays bishop to f6, and now the Serbian master plays knight to b5, attacking the queen and the a7 pawn at the same time. So Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures. She plays bishop captures b5, taking the knight. And now the Serbian master, of course, captures the knight, or captures the bishop with rook captures on b5. And now we have rook to c4 by Lu Miaoyi, attacking the queen, defended by the knight. Definitely the best move in the position, put a lot of pressure on the queen. And she just gladly goes ahead and captures the pawn. And now Lu Miaoyi does castle. So we had queen captures on b7, and then Lu Miaoyi castles to the king side. The Serbian master attacks Lu Miaoyi's queen with rook to b3, defended by White's queen, and Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and grabs the a2 pawn. We have knight to c3 by the Serbian master attacking the queen. And now Lu Miaoyi plays a kind of a surprising move here, which is definitely solid. Actually, there's a couple moves in this position that might be okay, so I won't. I mean, you can pause if you want to try to think what Lu Miaoyi played here. It's kind of a creative move. But we'll go ahead and continue with the video. So Lu Miaoyi actually plays knight to f3 check, attacking the king, but also unleashing a second attacker on this knight here. So she's sacrificing her knight, but she's going to protect her queen because she's going to be able to take that knight there. So checking move, the bishop, of course, captures back, and now Lu Miaoyi plays bishop captures on c3, removing the threat from her queen. Bishop to h5 by Nikola, and Lu Miaoyi now advances her a pawn. We have pawn to a5, and now Nikola plays rook to d1, and Lu Miaoyi just continues to march her pawn up, attacking the rook now with pawn to a4, best move in the position, and Nikola plays rook to b5 now, and Lu Miaoyi moves her bishop to d4, queen back to f3. And this is the best move he could make in the position. But Lu Miaoyi attacks the queen again with rook to c3, queen back to g2, moves her queen to c4, attacking the rook sitting there on b5. He's loose. Queen b7, defending the rook. And now Lu Miaoyi plays rook to b3, attacking the Serbian master's rook. Serbian master captures, the best move he could make. Lu Miaoyi captures with pawn, so she's got this advanced pawn. And now the Serbian master plays king to g2. And Lu Miaoyi advances the pawn again. Pawn to b2. Nikola plays bishop f3 for white. Lu Miaoyi plays the best move in the position. She plays queen to c2, attacking the rook. The rook moves away back to f1 now. And now Lu Miaoyi moves her bishop to e5. Bishop to e4. Lu Miaoyi moves her queen to e2. And now we have bishop to b1, blocking that pawn, keeping it from advancing. Lu Miaoyi moves her rook to d8 now. Very strong move. The Serbian master then moves his queen to b4. And that was an excellent move as well. Now Lu Miaoyi moves her rook up to d2, putting a lot of pressure there on the f2 pawn, although it is sufficiently defended right now. The Serbian master plays queen to b3, and now Lu Miaoyi puts additional pressure on the f2 pawn with bishop to b4, bishop to d4. Serbian master plays queen to f3, looking for a queen trade. This was the best move that he had, although it's not enough. Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures the queen. The Serbian master does capture back. So we have queen captures on f2, and then king captures on f3. Lu Miaoyi plays king to g7, and Nikola plays pawn to g4. And now Lu Miaoyi activating her king, bringing her king to f6. So a lot of people maybe don't realize that when you get into an endgame like this, the king is one of the most powerful pieces. He's better than the bishop. He's got more power than a bishop. Not quite as powerful as a rook. King to g3, and Lu Miaoyi brings her bishop back to e5, putting the king in check. He's got to move back. He moves to g2, and now Lu Miaoyi attacks the g4 pawn with rook to d4, and Nikola shores up his position a little bit by playing pawn to h3, defending the g4 pawn, and Lu Miaoyi moves her rook now to c4, and the Serbian master then pushes his pawn to f3. And now we have rook to c1. Obviously, they cannot capture that rook because Lu Miaoyi would be able to capture and promote to queen. So he can't allow that. He plays king to f2. Lu Miaoyi plays bishop to c3, and now king to e2 by the Serbian master. And now Lu Miaoyi moves her king to e5, and the Serbian master plays pawn to h4. Lu Miaoyi trades rooks, kind of forcing the king to lose ground. So he has to go backwards to capture that rook. So Lu Miaoyi gains space by doing this. So yeah, she plays rook captures on f1. The king has to capture the rook on f1. And now Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures the h4 pawn, best move in the position. And really, there's just too many things now for white to deal with. Nikola cannot guard all the threats here. He does his best. He does find the strongest move, bishop to e4 here. He's got to keep an eye on that b1 square. But Lu Miaoyi plays king to f4. And now the Serbian master plays king to g2. And Lu Miaoyi brings her bishop back to f6. And Nikola Dudukovic, he resigns in this position. This is as far as he's going because there's really not much that can be done here. Again, the game was over at this point, but it could have continued. What do you do here? Well, so it's his move, and he's got to keep an eye on this square here. So there's really nothing that Nikola can do in this position, but Try might be playing bishop to c2, but Lu Miaoyi can play something like bishop back to c3, and then yeah, he's basically, I mean, he can't abandon his pawns. He's got to keep that pawn defended there, and he can't run away either. So he really can only move as a bishop. So bishop back to e4, but now Lu Miaoyi can just go ahead and head over to the other pawn. If Nikola has ideas of going after the h4 pawn by playing king to h2 or something like that, well, Lu Miaoyi can go ahead and just play bishop to e1, defending the pawn, so nothing that can really be done about that. Lu Miaoyi's got pawns back here guarding it. She can just go ahead and walk over to c1 and promote the pawn, which, of course, then Nikola would have to trade his bishop, so he'd have two pawns against 4 pawns and a bishop, and Lu Miaoyi certainly should be able to promote one of those pawns. So it does make sense that this Serbian international master did resign the game at this point. This was a lost game, although actually that's not where he resigned. Again, he resigned after Lu Miaoyi played this move, bishop to f6. That was the end of the game. He resigned. He could see the writing on the wall. It was all over. Anyway, thank you for joining me for that. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and I will be making many more game reviews. I'm going to be making other reviews besides just Lu Miaoyi, but it seems like a lot of people like her game, so I've been sharing those. I also have tactics, and I will be improving on the way I present my tactics in the future. But anyway, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.